Okay, are we ready? No, we're totally not. Oh, strike. Okay, say words, say things, review. Okay, are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. All right, let's go. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Ariel and today we're going to be doing an informal review of this guy here, the Master Grade AILE Strike Gundam version RM. This is the strike that was featured in the remastered Gundam Seed series, which aired a bit later in the 2000s, so I was going to say 2012, 2013, around that time. And yeah, so I've had this guy in the backlog for some time now, and I figured this would be a perfect first review ever on this channel because I have also a first ever with this guy back in the day. So I caught Gundam Seed episode 1, aired in YTV early 2000s, and I was totally hooked on Gundam once again. The last time I was hooked on Gundam was with Gundam Wing. I built the model kits for Gundam Wing. I did not enjoy it as I thought I was going to when I purchased it, but after being gifted the 1/100 no grade, which is this guy here, by a friend of mine, early 2000s as part of my birthday, I was totally hooked on it because the build quality was good, the fun value was great, and I caught the first episode, so it felt like I got the connection with the Strike model kit. So the AILE Strike for me is one of my favorite kits of all time because I think it's a really well-rounded kit. Love the design, color scheme, everything about it is just awesome for me. Anyways, later on also I built the first release of the Master Grade for this guy, which is this one here. I believe this was released in 2003, but I didn't get that till about 2005. So this review for today is for one of the current iterations of the AILE Strike Gundam version RM, which is remastered. This completes the 5 Gundam Seed Master Grades, the main protagonist of the show. I believe the first one from the RM line would have been the Duel, then the Aegis, then the Buster, and then the Blitz. And this guy here caps the 5 Seed kits in the Master Grade. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I heard that it has upgraded proportions, upgraded weapon system, so this thing could imitate or could recreate, the perfect strike. However, the sword and launcher pack are sold separately as a P Bandai, which I also have, and we'll probably do that in a future review. Anyways, keeping it short, we're going to be doing a unboxing and review of this kit, so I'm very much looking forward to the build process, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it towards the end of the video. So stick around and hope you enjoy.
This video is powered by USAGundam Store. If you're looking for gunpla, mecha model kits, figures, materials, books, tools and more, please visit them at www.usagundamstore.com and save 10% on your next purchase by using discount code AOMECA10.
Taking a look now at the box, awesome 3D art here of the AILE Strike Gundam. This is the Master Grade from the Gundam Seed line. Over here we have the AILE Strike Gundam Omni Enforcer, and it's commissioned in 2013. It is a red Bandai logo, so no English translation from the looks of it. On the short side here we have a similar art from the front with typical branding from Bandai, and similar information can be found on the opposite of the short side of the box. On the long side, we have info about the remastered series as well as the comic, product shot of the AILE Strike launching, as well as the style section showcasing the 5 main Gundams in Seed, 4 of which have been released prior, and manufacturer's information. On the other side of the long side here, we have more product shots detailing details including back and front views and new features on the strike like weapons and pilots. Alright, so yeah, awesome box, love the art. Let's go see what's inside. In total, there are 6 bags and the launcher base on its own, not wrapped, and the manual. Taking a quick look now at the runners, most of the runners are produced for the RM upgrades, which was printed in 2012 and 2013. But not all are new. There are parts from the 2003 runners still in play. This kit uses PC rubber parts. The catapult base is from the 2003 release. Here are the beam effects for the beam saber and catapult wire. There are stickers for the markings and details, as well as dry transfer decals. Taking a look now at the Strike Gundam, the remastered version looks amazing from head to toe. Taking a look at the articulation, the head is in a ball socket, so it can do, typical ball socket head movement. It can look up and it can look down, and depending on how you rotate the head, it can do a 360 spin on the neck here. So the neck also has 2 points of articulation. So there's a ball socket that connects the head to the upper neck, and the neck can do this type of motion. On the shoulders over here, you could do extend it out like that. So you could do like a hug, and it can go upwards and rotate this way in the arm. And depending on the reach, it can go sideways like that. And it could go further up. Now, the armor of the shoulder here will start hitting the head, which will prevent you to go any further. But if you rotate it in a different way like this, maybe you can get a little bit more out of it. The arm itself, aside from it going up and down like that, there's a rotation here. And you could do a arm bend like that because there's 2 pivot points here and here. The hand is on a ball socket, and you could rotate that 360. To replace the manipulators, you will just need to take the front 4 fingers out. The thumb itself is on a ball socket connection right here, so that could be moved and rearrange as you need to hold or secure the weapons that it's going to be holding. Let's talk about the ab crunch. So you can bring it forward like this, and when looking up, you can get it up to maybe around here. Now, to get to the cockpit, a little bit tricky, and it's very snug all around, so I'm going to use a tweezer here just so I could pop the top part out first like this. I'm going to slide this out and rotate it out like that. I'm also going to get the tweezer and just kind of push this red piece out. Again, when I was trying it earlier on, it wasn't properly working, so there is the cockpit with the pilot in there, and I chose Mula Flaga to sit in there for now. Okay, and to close the hatch up, put the red piece in first, rotate the blue piece in like that, and slide it in. Make sure that it all kind of like just connects and closes. Now, before we get to the skirt, this part here, the side skirts where you keep the combat knives, it's a bit loose like that. It needs to pop open. So just make sure that this part here, the top part, goes like this so that it properly closes it down. But again, I just had some troubles with that one. The skirt, let's take a look at, before we go to the skirt, let's take a look at the body. The hip rotation can only go here and here. Reason why, there's a preventive piece here for the skirt, so it can't really go too far out. It can bend side to side. This is connected via a peg and ball socket here. So that is what's the body, but it's kind of cool. You get like this motion here, and you could get a little bit of nice articulation and dynamic poses as well with that. The skirt, the front skirt can go up up to here. There's some really cool details on the underskirt as well for this guy, similar to the back, so this thing can go like that. And the side flaps, again, when you push it too far out, it's gonna dislodge from the connection, so just be very careful. I wouldn't go any past maybe here, just so that it doesn't like pop out or anything. The legs can go this way and could go forward, and it could also do a bend like this, as well as the foot bending like that. So there's a whole bunch of like parts that will bend, or will allow the leg to bend and the foot to bend like so here. Now let's take a look at the leg. The rotation of the leg can go sideways like that. Not too much, not too far out. We could just go up to here. There is a mechanism inside there that will allow you to do a nice crouch pose. So it could rotate up, and I don't know if you guys could see it. We're gonna take the leg apart and the arm apart to show you guys the connection in the next portion. But let's just continue talking about the rest of the legs here. So it can do the split pretty well, but again, very restrictive with the side skirt. So just be mindful of how far you want this guy to really go. I would say he's probably just gonna be like somewhere here. Now to the ankle part, there's two parts here. Both are in a ball socket. So there's a ball socket on the top and a ball socket at the bottom. So you get this nice kind of like articulation here and rotation as well. You can't really rotate the feet anywhere like past here or here. It can go flat like this. It can do a nice kind of like pose like that. So this shield here in the ankle shield can go up and down like that. And the foot can go also, as we mentioned earlier, bend forward like so. A couple of things to note here, some details on the underside of the foot, looks amazing. And a little bit of the details on the backside, so you have these guys here. And that is the connection port for the catapult base. And yeah, so that is it for the Strike Gundam. We're gonna take a look at connecting the weapons package to this guy in the next portion of the video. Taking a look now with the Strike and its weapons being connected to it. So let's start off with the beam rifle. So we swapped out the manipulator to the trigger finger manipulator, and it just holds it pretty well. I like the pose of it. Again, you could rotate this from the gun sideways, but we're just going to keep it in a straight position like that. The shield is connected to the arm over at the back side. So there's like a little bit of a peg there that connects here. And so let's see a little bit of a better view of it. And you could actually rotate this as well to the back side like that if you want to hold it and store it like that. It's not really traditional for it, but there's that option. Also, I put in the open finger manipulator for this one, so you guys see the different style of hands on it. On the shield, as I mentioned in the portion over here, we have a handle that could be taken apart from the shield and then repositioned so we could hold it a little bit better. I personally don't think I will be using that for the poses, just because I want it to be able to rotate the shield to a better dynamic pose. Though that might just feel like it's going to get in the way, but there is an option to hold the shield fully secured with the hand with that handle. Now connecting the AILE backpack to this, there is a hole over here, a connector hole at the back of the Strike, where you would get your AILE pack, and where this portion here is just going to slide into place in the back. Find that socket and connect. There you go. Nice and secure. And there you have it, the AILE pack connected to the Strike. Looking pretty cool, actually. I love when the AILE pack is connected to the Strike. It just really completes the whole the whole thing that I like about the Strike Gundam with the AILE pack. I think the AILE pack is my favorite. But anyways, there it is, and that's how you would connect the AILE pack to the Strike. So for this portion, I want to talk about the connecting parts of the limbs to the actual body. So I took the arm off just to show you guys that there's a peg connector that will hold the shoulder armor, and totally slipping this part here, which I didn't get a chance to do earlier on, is that this part here opens up like so, and in the 1.0 this thing slides upwards where this guy here is fixed. So little changes like that. Also, this part here is new. So this whole thing is revised. And the arm that is on a PC part, I'm just gonna lock into there. Now let's talk about the leg area here. So this part here, which we couldn't see earlier on because obviously it's kind of blocked and hidden, there's a system where the leg that connects to the body via a peg here. It's just going to connect obviously to that hole over there. That hole could slide down and you could get the whole dynamic pose of it kneeling a lot better. So that's how they got around giving this guy more articulation to give those additional poses. Now let's talk about the armor. There are some RM revisions to this. Very noticeable are like these slots. So that right here, over here on the knee, and this guy here, as well as on the back of the skirt here, all these redesigned, remastered stuff. Very subtle, but like gives that very big impact. Also on the chest, there's a little bit of like hole here and here. Those are new. And over here on the skirts. The other thing that was changed from the 1.0 that's different from this guy here, in the original master grade, this portion here and this portion are two pieces that when you bend the knee or the whole leg like that, this portion slides out, where this one is just whole and steady there. Okay, time to look at the weapons and equipment for the AILE Strike. So it comes with two standard combat knife. These are known as the Armor Schneider. So they look pretty cool. They're tucked away in the side skirt and they're usually folded in. So if not in use, these guys would fold in like so, and they would be stored on the side skirt of the Strike. So you get two of those. You also get two beam sabers, and the hilt on this one is stored on the AILE pack. It comes with beam effects. It's a pink one. The only thing I noticed with this, they're very loose, so if you give it like a wiggle, it will fall off. So just be mindful when you're using this. Maybe it's just my model kit that has this loose beam effect part, but that's something that I observed when I was putting this kit together. Up next is the shield. So this one is the combat shield for the Strike. It looks really, really awesome. I love that it's both defensive and offensive with the nice spike here and also a nice beefy feel to the shield. Now for those guys that love painting shields, the back of this is actually heavily detailed. So it has a whole bunch of parts here. So when it's attached to the arm of the Strike, this peg attaches to the underside of the elbow, or just below the elbow of the left arm or right arm. Traditionally it would be left arm, and there is a 180 swivel for this guy right here, so you could position the shield in many ways on that. And also this thing could flatten itself like that, and then this could be moved even further back to the back of the elbow kind of like position. But traditionally it would be like this. And also there is a grip here that could be set in the different positions. A little bit really stuck in there. So there's 2 points of attachment. So one is in the resting position as you just saw, and then this one here you can connect to any of these two pegs. So that's cool. So the Strike could hold it here with its hands while connected to the arm for a more secured kind of like hold the shield. So it's going to be kind of locked in that position when it's deployed in this mode. So, but usually for me, I kind of like it like tucked away like that, just because I tend to move the shield around for posing. But it's good to have that kind of options. But let's take a moment to look at some of the details here. It looks really, really cool. Lots of like little giblets and armor ups here. There's like a kind of like a pipe system that's going to be running around. And this one is different from the other Strike that I built, the shield. This one has like a gray piece attached at the top. So I'm not sure if that's just like extra detail or it has a function, but I don't know if you could grip it by the hands or anything. So anyways, the shield is awesome for this version of the Strike. Yeah. Up next is the beam rifle. So this one is a 57 millimeter high energy beam rifle. It's a very, very kind of like a throwback callback for the RX-78 with the sensor on the top, kind of in the circular position, and also a side handle grip for the rifle. So I think that was really cool, and that's what I think got me to like appreciate the Strike even more. Like the lots of callbacks to the old school RX-78. Lots of details as well for the gun. There's no actual other moving pieces here. There's also no connection point that will make this attached to the Strike. So it's just literally holding it. So if it loses it, or like if it needs another weapon, it has to drop it, because there's no other points of attachment for it. So the only thing really that's moving here is this guy here. But again, the rifle is pretty sweet. Lots of detail to it. Okay, now I want to talk about the favorite part of the kit, at least my favorite part of the kit, and it is the AILE pack. This is what got me liking the Strike Gundam and Gundam Seed. I love the remastered design of this. A lot of like more sleeker and pointier elements have been included. Lots of designs as well on the wing, upper portion. Everything about this is amazingly remastered, so that's cool. Before we get to the wings, let's talk about how it's going to connect to the Strike. So there is a peg here. This is what's going to connect to the backpack of the Strike, and the upper portion here will just like rest on its shoulders. Earlier on when we talked about the beam saber hilts, they are stored in these holders here that are on a ball joint. So you could, let's see this guy here, you could put them around and it's pretty much a ball joint. Socket in configuration where this is attached to the Sky Grasper. The swords would be probably facing front ways like this, like front forwards. And yeah, the upper portion looks really like pretty much like a plane or a jet fighter. If you put a cockpit on here, and I think it could be a really cool jet fighter. Let's talk about the wings next. The wingspan is awesome with this AILE pack. It has a really cool redesign as well. I love that they have the flaps articulating. I don't believe in the first wing if they were articulated. I don't remember if it was. I'll have to double check that, but I don't recall it. But so this really stood out for me. Also, the wing can be folded upwards slightly like this to give it a more nice, sleeker, kind of like superhero-esque design with the X kind of like configuration. So it could go up to about here, and then to the bottom, it can go like around here and around here. So it's restrictive until, see this portion right here? If you stretch this out slightly and lower it, you could lower the wing even further, but you don't want to push this peg out too far because then it will be super loose. So for this part here, let's try that again, just slightly out and over. Now this is like a more compact like storage format of the AILE pack. So you will see this configuration when the Strike is about to launch from the Archangel, and then it would open up its wings as it leaves the catapult. So that's pretty cool. The lower portion of these are like the leg thrusters, I'd say. Again, really cool remastered design. Love this pointy, sleeker looking bottom thrusters. They're on a ball joint, ball and socket lower portion, so you could get some really cool kind of like different poses with it. So this part here can go from about here at its standard position, and it can go all the way almost 180, but I mean, you won't be able to put it in this configuration when it's attached to the Strike or anything else in front. So it'll just be around there. Now split wise, it can go up to about here. So again, pretty good, I guess, in regards to like silhouette and dynamic range for it. So that is really cool for the lower legs. I love the color scheme on this one, the red, the black, and the yellow. Okay, so that is pretty much a standard version of the AILE pack. Now, with the RM version of this kit, this AILE pack can actually change a little bit and expose some stuff to connect additional parts to recreate the perfect strike system. So we'll start off by showing this part here. So this back portion here, if you hold on to the front, it'll extend back like this, exposing this peg here and this peg here, as well as at the bottom portion a peg opening slot over here. I guess holes, and holes, and these are to connect additional parts to recreate the perfect strike system. Earlier on, from the spin or the B-roll, you would have probably seen this guy attach to it. These are the 4 battery cells that will be attaching to the back portion of that. And this gray piece here is 2 pieces kind of just sandwiched. So it's not like a very intricate kind of like model kit to put together. It's literally just put them together. However, each of the power cells can be detached. And actually, is that even upside down? I don't know if I got them all in the right configuration. I think I do. Or is this one this way? Nope. It was exactly where it's supposed to be. So anyways, that is it. And this top peg here, this is what's going to connect in that hole that just got revealed at the back portion. So it will rest in like that, and it fits pretty well. Let's see if I can get this guy out of the way so you could see that it's actually perfectly designed to fit inside that little area here. So that is pretty cool. Also with this exposed stuff, I mean, you get to see a little bit more of the inner engine. Just be careful of this peg. You don't want it to like go too far out. It becomes loose and you won't be able to utilize the wing properly. So just something to keep in mind when you're putting it in the perfect strike configuration. This part here, we did receive an extra piece that came with the kit, and this is what's going to connect to this hole here to hold one of the weapons. I'm assuming it's the sword strike that's gonna be connected here. Let's see. Also, another feature on this kit, being that it's starting to become a little bit back heavy, there is a cool extra gimmick here at the portion. So if you guys are looking right here in this area, if I slide this gray portion slightly out, it reveals an extra hole here. Now this extra hole fits the base peg from the launcher perfectly aligned here. So this whole thing can be supported onto the base with that little extra opening the hole. So again, really cool design features that are hidden in this AILE pack. I really love all the design thoughts that went through this. So if you guys are a big AILE fan like I am, you're getting a really good product with this. All right, so that is it for the backpack. All right, let's talk about the catapult base. It is an awesome representation of the strike launching from the Archangel via catapult system. And the cool thing about this one is that there are these foot holders here, and there's a slider, so you could position this in any, I guess, position you want it to be. There is a cord that connects a piece in the back of the skirt. Again, very representative of what it is supposed to be like launching from the Archangel in the anime. So that is pretty cool. I really love that you could position the foot and like the footrest to any various locations. And also here, this is where the stand is holstered. There are 4 different configuration for the height of it. So depending on if you wanted more launching, head first to a more stand-up position. So it's nice and tucked away on this part of the catapult strip here. So again, awesome catapult system. Again, this is a bit of the older side, so they didn't really do any changes at all to the base. So this one is still the from the original version 1.0 Strike. But again, love the representation of the catapult, and especially with the remastered version of the Strike. All right, let's connect the AILE Strike Gundam to the catapult base. So first, what I would do is move these guys back all the way here so that it's out of the way, and to deploy this guy here. So again, as I mentioned, there were 4 different types of configuration for the stand. In this instance, we're going to put it all the way to the back there. And for the Strike, in order for it to attach properly there, we're going to need this piece here that will sit on top like so. And then we will take our Strike Gundam, and this guy here is going to connect to the back port of the Strike like so. And that is how you would connect the Strike to the launcher stand, and now it's ready for battle. Just give it a nice pose. There you have it. Some final thoughts on this build. I love the new redesign. The updated proportions are great, and the backpack looks amazing. I love the various hands configurations. The stand included allows to recreate some of the classic iconic Strike poses, which is always good to be able to do. Having the ability to make this the perfect striker is also a huge bonus. So this is an almost perfect kit, however there are some cons to it. There were some parts that felt loose, like the wing connection peg when it's fully deployed for the perfect strike position, so something to keep in mind when you're posing the wings. Also, the side skirt knife storage, if not secured, will flap open. There are a few restrictions to the poses because of the skirt connections design at the lower waist. Overall, this is a highly recommended kit. It was an enjoyable build, and if you are a fan of the Gundam Seed series, then this is definitely for you. I don't have a tier system of grading the reviews yet, but from a scale of out of 10, this is a solid 9.5. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this kit. Is this something you would like to build? Also, if I missed anything in this review, or if you want me to focus on specific things in the reviews for the future projects, please let me know in the comments below. So that is it for the review. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to consider hitting that like, subscribe, and share button to help the channel grow. Very much appreciate that. And don't forget to hit that notification bell when you get notification of when I'm uploading new stuff, which is going to be coming soon, as well as when I'm streaming. Okay, anyway, till next time, guys. Hopefully you're keeping safe, and we'll catch you then. Take care, guys. Bye.